And we did. It's all good. Perfetto. Thank you. I have a wonderful hot lemon because I have a wonderful person here. He takes really good care of me. And so if we were to pause for a moment and say, what would be victory? I think sometimes victory has a bit of a clamor to it. And the bigger, more important victories are the softer ones. Putting things down rather than achieving them. Trusting that there are forces around you so that you can soften and meet them with a smile. I can fight off support, determined to do it alone, to show you that I can do it alone. And it's wasteful to everybody, and I'm sorry. So finding your mat and finding your blanket, finding your playlist. Some really good solutions as people are working this out, as we get better at this. If you don't have Spotify, you can still go to the Spotify account. You can see the playlist, and you can rebuild your own playlist in whatever music editor player is yours. If you use YouTube Music or Amazon Music or iTunes, then just rebuild the playlist and play it on anything you choose. But having the music is useful if you choose. I build it very intentionally. It's evocative. It gives us a rhythm. It gives us a bit of a metronome. If you were a musician, this is the pace we're going at. This is how we're moving. Is it quick? Is it fast? Is it strong? Very specific. And it's a way, especially when we're at such a distance, for you to be in a certain state and that music holds you, and for me to hold it here. So the playlist will always be up and always be available. And building your seat. If you like, just take one quick moment. What can you put around you? Or what can you bring a little bit closer that's special? What's a reminder that you would call in? Right? And it's as simple as a book of poetry from my mom, a reminder, and a stone from Jennifer from the Pacific Northwest. Adam just put his mountain bike in the middle of his yoga mat. Bring it on. Bring in the things. And some of you may be inhabited by furry people. They are a good thing to add as well. But give it a little bit of meaning. You will notice it as you go along, and it will remind you what's important. It will speak it at its appropriate moment. Let's tune it in. Heart high. Om Namo. I bow to everything outside of me that guides me, heals me, and holds me. Guru Dev Namo, I bow to everything inside of me. Everything that is opening to what and who I am and where and who I can be. 3 times in now. Om Namo. Roll your shoulders, loosen your hands, shake it out with your fingers, start your playlist, East London Street. We go there. Coming to stand, set your things aside, set your hands on your hips. Start to swing it up. One and then the other. One and then the other. So if you are a very classical, traditional Kundalini doer, this is a warm-up. This is not part of the kriya yet. And we are preparing ourselves for what we will do. Let the legs become loose. And shake out the hands, shake out the feet. Good, 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 good. Exhale, exhale. Add your breath to each one. Go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands high and wide, knees soft. Right hand to your left foot, fold over. Inhale up. Left hand, right foot, fold. Inhale and exhale. And that moment when we're rattled and we take a big breath and we sort ourselves out, we step back in. Each one of these is a chance to really fold all of the apprehension out of our body. Fold all of the fatigue or despair out of our body. And feel what it is to stand up again. And all the courage that's necessary to stand up. Maybe fold over, it'd be great to just stay sometimes, to hide. Go 3, keep standing tall. Go 2. And go 1. And 1. Into the hips. Bring your feet in. Right elbow, left knee. To exhale. To exhale. To exhale. So let your breath get a little bigger and see if you can do it without falling back into the floor. That you are reaching. Yes. Do it as though you were showing off. One more to change. How's that working for you? Exhale. Elbow to knee. Cross the body. Start to get it into the upper back. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hands on hips. Perfect. Left heel down in front, toes up. And draw your right knee up. Keep it high, take it wide. And bring the tip of your left toe to the floor. And then heel up, knee up, and around. Without tipping your pelvis as you can. You keep your head steady under your hands. Lift your heel, lift your knee, put it down. Lift your knee and the tip of the toe. And heel up. Bring it around and change sides. Right heel to the floor. Right knee up and around and the tip of the toe. So it's these simple little gestures that if we could do them each day, we would be able to lift our foot up and put our socks on when we're old, which would be pretty fantastic. But we forget and we don't move all the way through the possibilities of the hip. One more time. Right knee up, around tip of the toe, heart comes high. There we go. Knee up. More to it than you think. Add your strap behind your back. Whatever you can find. Detail. So your hands are about hip distance apart, heart is high, heels are down. Sit your seat back, broaden your chest, and then folding your chest over, let your hands softly come overhead. And then coming out, hands come down, sit down, heart up, stand up, inhale. And exhale, sit down. And inhale, fold over. Chest broad, hands down, heart up, stand up. And again, sitting down. And folding over. And sitting down. One more time like that. We'll stay folded over. All the way over and pause. A little bit side to side. Letting your jaw change, letting your shoulders change, letting your back lengthen. And then hands down to sit down. Perfect. As you sit back, bend your knees, and lie into your back. Hands go wide, right leg straight out, and a step to the right. And from that slightly widened right heel, you can rise up into the center and then down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. There we go. Putting a little pressure into the sole of your left foot. And that will take a little pressure out of the right side hip. And just going 3 and 2. And draw your right knee into your chest. Hold your shin and bring it close. Drop your right hip, soften your shoulders. And then the left leg walks out long. Deepen your breathing into your abdomen. Flex your feet, roll your toes. Good, good, good. Settle. And then walking your left foot in, happy baby. So right hand behind the right thigh, or outer right foot, or outer right ankle. Bring your right knee down, and put your left hand on your left thigh, and press away. Left foot is heavy, back of your head is heavy. And let it out. Right leg long, shake it out. Right knee bends, foot flat. Hands out wide, left foot straight out and step to the left, and then up into the center. So you're taking your left foot about 30 degrees out as it goes down. And you're letting your left heel kind of turn in as you bring it up. Inhale up, exhale down. Let it find a little bit of pace. That little turn of the heel in as you bring it up is helping prepare the left hip socket for our cross-legged seat. So you can give it 2. And give it 1. Good, good, good. Left knee comes in. Interlace your fingers. Keep your left shin close. Settle. Soften the left side. Right side walks out long. Feet are flexed, spread your toes. Open the back of your right knee, open the front of your right hip. Right knee bends, right foot flat. And the left hand behind the left thigh, the outer left ankle or the outer left foot. Bring your left knee down. Right hand on your right thigh, press it away. And as you inhale, see if you can make some space in your abdomen. As you exhale, softening your left hip, left thigh. Letting your toes be at ease. And release your feet. Left leg long, shake it out. 2 knees in to roll up and add a blanket beneath you so that you can have a little bit of a seat. And the feet sweep wide. Shake out your knees, shake out your feet. And if your knees are high to start, that's fantastic. Just keep them bent. One hand behind, sweep it across, and then the other. Perfect. Keep loosening your feet so that the back length of your legs, you can shake out your knees, but you're continuing to allow all the connective tissue from your hip to your heels. Let that change. 3. All the way up under the shoulder blades. 2. And upright. Fingertips right inside the thighs. Your heart comes forward. There you go. Seat back. Heart forward. Tiny side to side. 3. 2. And as you bring it up, shake out your feet and build a cross-legged seat. And you'll feel that having length down the inner thigh is an enormous help to building a cross-legged seat. So this is where the kriya begins. And as such, make sure you start here at antidote. The antidote for our falling down, a little getting up juice. The left hand behind your head. Right hand, put your thumb into your palm and your fingers over your thumb. Soft bend in the elbow and reverse circle. It's more and more familiar to us. Start with a bent elbow. Find your way into your seat, go backwards. Perfect. So it doesn't need to be large. And a bent elbow will keep the pain out of the top and the back of your shoulder. If you've been doing this every day with me, work towards a straight arm and a small circle. If it's newer, 5 days or less, keep a bend in your elbow and keep yourself safe. And then set either your gazes on one point or your eyes are closed. That might up the ante on the intensity. Heart comes up, chest is soft. Then we deepen our breathing. We soften the experience. On your exhalation, can you relieve yourself of the tension or the aggression that you may have needed earlier to get through the week? Can you let that out of your body? Bending the elbow as you need to. 3, 2. And the right hand goes behind your head and the left hand opens. Putting your thumb into your palm, elbow starts soft, go reverse circle. So your elbow can be low. This helps. It can be far easier than we imagine. We can make a flat surface for ourselves, or we can make a mountain to climb. And we make everything in between. Eyes closed, breath steady. Eventually the heart is high, the chest is open. steadiness. And just increase your breathing. Support yourself internally. You have what you need. You're in charge of your circumstance here, and you're in charge of your response. Keep adjusting. Keep adjusting. And maybe it grows. Because if you feel safe and you feel steady and your heart is high and your chest is broad and you want to turn it up a little bit, arms straight and strong, go 20 seconds, reverse nice and strong. And just see, and if it drives you crazy, and if your eyebrows contract and your teeth come close, maybe not. 3, 2, and bring it up. Inhale. 3, 6, and so the heart comes up and the chin comes in. Stay. Lift the pelvic floor. Lift the anus. Lift the sex organs. Build a container. Keep your arms high. Release the pelvic floor, the chest, the breath. And we're going to go one more time. Inhale. Heart up, chin in. Lift the pelvic floor. Navel back. And then releasing the pelvic floor, the chest, the chin, the arms, the breath. And it all comes down. So as we go into the second half of this month, our bodies are more familiar with what we're doing, and we're unearthing a different layer of history from our body and our architecture, really. And so we will add the bandhas to hold us steady, neutralizing that charge of energy and then letting it go. Right? So we clear it out. Let your legs shake out, feet, knees, and bring it back in. Your palms face you. Having serious music issues this morning. Palms face you, and you are going to sweep down across the front of the body. We fixed it. Right down, right down, right down, right down. And it's this little, like you were on a roller coaster, you're just sweeping as though you had crumbs on your chest. Again, it can be really small. It can be totally small. Loosen your wrists, loosen your fingers, and loosen your shoulders. And long, deep breathing. So where does the current of our body get caught? It gets caught in the marmas. It gets caught in the folds, in the joints, the places that are made to open and close. And when we're tense, they get caught closed. And so we're rolling through the shoulders to get unstuck. We're opening and closing the elbows. So that sensation, that garden hose that has a kink in it, that creates a backup, that makes everything much louder and more difficult, we're going to move that through. Unkink the hose and let the flow return. Long, steady breathing, adding a smile goes a long way. If it's too much, make it small. If it's too much, find your book. And just notice if it's impossible, it can be small and kind. And if it's small and kind and you're ready for more, it can be bigger. It's such an adaptable practice. It's as adaptable as we are. If we have to walk away, that's absolutely fine. And the hands come high, bring it up, inhale, 3 steps. Heart comes up, lift the pelvic floor, heart out, chin in, keep it. Release the pelvic floor, release the chin, and let the hands come down. And just pause. Turning the palms up. And start to move into it. The only work here is the flex of your wrists. So we went through the shoulders, we went through the elbows, bring it out into the wrists. And you begin to extend your arms as you can. So we built this uplifted chest in March, right? This strong, high heart, opening our wings. Stay tall in the spine. And then just move through the hands. Just move through the hands. Inhaling in, exhaling. And the shoulders stay soft. If it's not possible with the arms straight, bend your elbow. The bend can be small. It can be big. We can reset our state of mind. This requires so much breath. You have what you need. You have what you need. You are what you need. Out of the shoulders, out of the arms. Out of the mind. Out of the response. That I finally can find the place that sustains me without so much turmoil. Little at a time, we build that space within us. Find it, settle in as you can. Get to know it, a breath at a time. Three, two, and one. Hands up, inhale. Just shake it out and down, right through the finger, right down into the seat, bottom tall. Your spine stays tall. Your chest is broad. Keep allowing the tension, the work of your arms through the fronts of your shoulders, down your bicep, out your forearms, out your fingers, back of the neck. Just keep letting it run through. And just roll the shoulders, shake out your hands, come to stand. Move the feet a little bit apart. Start with elbows bent. Palms down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Moving as though from the center into the space around us. And as you can, the arms going out long. The movement is small. The movement is small. In, out, in, out. And closing your eyes. Bending your elbows as you need to. Charging the space around you. Feeling into the center of your heels, like your toes belong. Put the weight of your body into your feet. And there's less work in the arms, and there's more lift for the chest and a little more space for breath. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Up and out, and then shake it down. Shake it down. Bring it down to a cross-legged seat. Just pausing right there to settle. If a chair is better, sit on a chair. All of this can be done in so many ways. The spine is tall, the breath is steady and quiet. Option 1, the palms are open, resting. Option 2, the elbows are bent, the hands are wide, the thumbs go back. And as you take your hands back, your heart comes up, your seat goes down. Option 3, the arms go wide. So for a moment, if you turn your thumbs to point at the ceiling and let your chest round a little bit forward. Now, lift your thumbs, lift your sternum, roll your thumbs back, and roll your shoulder blades down your back. That's our pose. Your face is open. Always the bend of the elbows is available. Am I willing? Am I trusting? Hold wide and steady. And is there any aspect within me that has the capability for joy right now? As racy and perhaps as impossible as that may seem, if you can find it here, if you can build it here, letting the intensity become brilliance, letting the brilliance become joy and support and trust, we can change those seismic plates within us. I say I can't, I break that plate open with this light. You get 10 seconds right here. Letting through you a great cascade of silent sound from your sternum to your fingertips. A last big breath, reach into it. And then let it go. Elbows bend, hands come down, but the chest stays tall. Beautiful, beautiful. Shake out the shoulders. Shake out the hand, right? Make a fist, reach straight up. Point your first finger and down. And your middle finger and down. And that codependent ring finger that won't move without its friends. And then the pinky. You go one at a time. First, middle, ring, pinky. Who knew, right? Reaching. So from the tips of your fingers through your forearms, down your arms, down into your seat, you're clearing your reception. Getting those mudderments, right? The points of energy that exist in your joints are so important, and you're getting all the way to your fingertips. Go, 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 go. Ah, one more. Ah, and then open your hands and bring it down. All the way up, all the way up. And then fold and come to lie belly down. You come to lie belly down. So if you have a blanket, put the blanket down. Pad your chest. Making our way all the way through ourselves, all the hidden pockets where we stash a little bit of resentment here, a little bit of disappointment over there. We clear the system. Tops of the feet flat, palms just down beside your ribs, elbows in. You'll float your feet up. And then sweep your feet wide, pointing your toes. Exhale, bring it together. Inhale, open wide, and exhale together. Each time you bring your feet together, bring your elbows a little closer. Bring your navel up into your body. Let your back of your neck be long. So inhale, open, exhale, close. To open and to close. To open and to close. For 3, good, and for 2. And then bring your feet together and down, pressing into your palms, your chest will rise. Find a whisper of ha, feel your belly pump, and with that, close your mouth, go out your nose. Roll down through the front body, breathing out, 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 then up, and down. Close your eyes and keep that motion rolling up, opening the front body, chest is broad, collarbones broad, and rolling back down. Your legs are strong, your toes are long. It can be very, very small. It can be the very slightest lift of your chest. Let it get a little quicker today, going 5, 4, becoming quite serpentine, softer through the spine, more pliable through the body, more willing to rise up and down. The elbows soften, the spine softens, the breath quickens, and fold to the floor. Cross your forearms, rest your forehead on your forearms. Let your hips move side to side. Let your knees bend and your feet go side to side. And then walk your hands back. And as you're on hands and knees, look at your knees and bring your inner knees together. And then bring your inner feet together. Set your hips back. Hips to heels. Fingers forward, come onto the very fingertips, palms float, open your elbows, open your armpits. Your hands press lightly down and away. Release the back of your neck, drop your head, and deepen your breathing. Oh. To come upright and build your seat. Legs crossed, heart high, or returning to your chair. Sitting tall. Let your breath be free for a moment. And then building Sitali breath, we put the tongue halfway out, roll it into a tube, and then breathe in through the tube, out through the nose. If you can't breathe in through your tongue, put the tongue right behind the front teeth, and then breathe in through the cheeks and out through the nose. Heart is high, chin lightly in, navel lightly back, spine so tall, and the eyes closed. Heart high, chin lightly in, as though you're being drawn up by the crown of your head, even the pelvic floor lightly lifting. Just this little activation of containing and directing our energy internally. Eyes closed, slow, smooth breath in the mouth, out the nose. Release the technique. Just sit tall. Your legs go out long. Your feet shake outside this time. And you rebuild the cross of your legs with your heels under your knees. So you're making more of a square. And you're sitting right in the middle of your blanket or your chair. And you start a circle. And the circle can be so small, tiny little circle. Or it can become larger. But really feel into what makes sense here. And then the heart coming up and the chin coming in, drawing your spine up out of that circle. Reaching into the very tip-top crown of your head, and then letting the spine go around from that top point and reverse. A little taller and a little looser. Stirring up the base. Good, good, good. And then pausing tall. Ha. Your hands make a little hook. And with that hook, just in front of your shoulders, little forward circles. Again, it can be small, right? Really, please start small. And from the small, we're loose and we're relaxed and it's no drama, no effort. And as you make some heat and some freedom, then the little circles grow and you can play with it. And it can be as big or as small as you choose. Long, smooth breathing. So opening the upper back and the chest. And we tend to round forward and thicken the protection of our back body, which may at the moment feel safe, but then we lose the ability to really lift our heart. So shake out the backs of your arms, the backs of your shoulders. See if you can shake a little breath loose. And it's there that we stash the things that people say to us that are hurtful or that we disagree with, and we just can't quite shake loose. We pack them right back there. So out the backs of the arms, out the backs of the shoulders, and reverse direction. Small as you like. Go smaller to find loose. Right? Small makes it easier to be at ease, and when we're at ease, there's through the shoulder girdle. You're in the chest, you're in the back, you're in the rhomboids, you're in the lats, you're in the arms. Let it all work together, let it have a little space, a little heat. You got 15 seconds. Smiling goes a long way. Oh, 3, 2, bring your hands all the way up. Inhale, 3 more sips, go. Heart up, chin in, stay. Pelvic floor rising. Release the pelvis, release the heart, the chin, the hands, the breath. And sit it up tall. Here we go. The last two, just keep it steady, keep it moving, shake out your legs. And you will place your hands behind you. A little bend in the elbows, opening the chest. Hopefully some of the vinyasa that we did yesterday really helped to clarify across the shoulders and the way in which the hips and the legs are involved in opening the heart. So walk your legs out long and bring one knee in and then the other knee in. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale when you bend. So imagine that you were tied right at the sternum to a great sky hook. It was lifting your chest because our temptation is to help by curling forward. You may work right here or lift the heel and the heel and the heel. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Anytime you need to, you're bringing it back to a bent knee. When we first start out, we tend to rely on the hip flexors. And there are many more muscles we can call into action that are just unused here. So we're raising and lowering when you need to. When it drives you crazy, you're going to bend your knee again and work your way into a steady movement. Excellent. Excellent. 3, 2, 1. Good, good, good. Sitting up tall. Let your legs cross. Have your strap behind you. Feel the chest, feel the heart. Last movement. You've made it here. Strap is hip distance open. Heels are in front underneath your knees, making it easy to fold. Awesome seat. Nice one. And a little bit of a forward fold, and the sit up tall, chest is broad. Exhale as you fold, and inhale as you rise. And then adding on, the hands come up. So all of that is modifiable. If the crossed legs doesn't work, kick your legs out, keep your knees bent. If you're in your chair, fantastic. You can just put your hands on your hips or put your hands behind with a strap. Just folding forward. And then soften it. I know that I have such a temptation to start out aggressively, great guns, just all in. I'm going to imagine that has a good intention. But if I can soften it, I can show up and really stay, and I can hear what's tight, what isn't moving. How can you soften so that you can hear this, so that you can hear yourself, so it can be easy and simple, so that you know that inside of it somewhere, there's joy. How can we transform our actions into prayers? Each one generous, each one aware. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You sit up tall, release your strap, hands on thighs. Feel. The chest floats up lightly, the back of the neck lengthens lightly, the seat is clear down into the letting everything arrive and land. Feeling the midpoint of the spine at the waist, extending up out of the waist into the chest, and rooting down into the seat. That point at the center opening. And with it, we're opening our capability of understanding. Bringing your hands into fists, putting your thumbs pointing up. Bring the heels of your hands to touch. Bring the knuckles together and then knuckle of your thumbs together. So thumbs point up, hands rest at the height of the heart. If your eyes are open, you would be looking at the base of your thumbs. Our greatest victory is to free ourselves from our own judgments. Meditation to remove self-animosity. Breathe in the nose, out the mouth, in the mouth, out the nose, in the nose. Out the mouth, in the mouth. Out nose, in nose, sitting tall. Out mouth, soften. In the mouth. Out the nose. In the nose. Out the mouth. In the mouth. Out nose. In mouth. You continue your pace. Out mouth. In mouth. One more round. In the nose. Out the mouth. In the mouth. Out the nose. Now you may stay and continue the next 2 or 3 minutes. We're releasing the breath and releasing the hands. Set it down. You may stay seated or let it go unfolding. The body goes long and quiet. So if you choose when to rest in your Shavasana, adding a blanket as you need to. And as you come to rest, just allow your first few breaths to be full and free. Allow your body to be soft and open. letting your breath come to reside in your abdomen. As you're breathing is cry. As you come to rest on the floor. Soften the skin around your eyes and your lips. Without changing your expression at all. Feel the sensation of the smile. Feel how it changes the interior landscape of your head. A little vibrant, a little buoyant, a little more spacious. Feeling that sensation of a smile drawn down into your chest. The sensation of a smile in your heart. That it may be carried by your blood all through your body. The sensation of a smile in your lungs. They may infuse every cell. Just feeling the possibility of this current of smile. Cell by cell, organ by organ, system by system. We are right here together. And there's more good that surrounds us than we can need. Breathe this in. Feel where it feels impossible and soften that on the exhale. If you have the time and inclination, stay right where you are. Stay right where you are. Otherwise, beginning to take your hands overhead. Stretching out long through the arms and through the legs, bring your palms together. Rub your hands briskly. Walk your feet in. Bend your knees. Lift your feet. Rub the soles of your feet. Rub the palms of your hands. And then hands to knees, a little bit side to side. Bring yourself all the way up. Arriving tall. Keep yourself warm. Sweet boy. Palms together, bring it in, bring it down. Again, sweep wide, rise tall. And bring it in. Last time. Heart up, hands up, palms together, thumbs to the center of your forehead. I am this. I remember. Sat Nam. 8 count Sats, 2 count Nam. Inhale. Sat Nam. Sat Nam, I see myself. Namaste, I see you. Have a fantastic week. So the website has been rebuilt. The groundwork is laid. The foundation is poured. And we'll begin to, eventually the videos will all be housed there. And I will continue. I just need you to know that I will continue to teach. My goal is every day for a year to be online, right? To meet you here, even if when the studio opens. I will remain online and I will remain available to everyone. Currently, the structure is that it is donation-based entirely. So if this isn't something you can pay for right now, I want you to keep coming. You need to keep coming. You need to keep taking care of yourself because all of this exists within you. This is your birthright. If you have the capability and you have the interest and you want to, donate. And it supports all of us. It's all easy. It's all laid out for you. It's on the website. And I will see you during the week, Monday through Friday at noon, or over the weekend, 9:30 Vinyasa on Saturday, and 8 a.m. on Sunday. Thank you, my loves. Thank you. Have a wonderful